everybody. My name is Kyle Loba. I'm from Honolulu, and I'm here to talk to you today about Lisp, or what happens to your project when you think things like, how can I put Lisp everywhere in the front end? Anyway, this is really simple. This is really similar to the BuckleScript presentation, so I was pretty psyched to see that. Also, how do I advance my slides? That's weird. Okay. In that, yeah, there's a lot of really interesting ways to do the front end these days, and the defaults aren't so awesome. So originally, I just thought, hey, I'm going to try to get Phoenix working with one of the ClojureScript wrappers around React. And I had a surprising amount of issues with that. It's kind of weird. I can't see the whole screen. Let me see. Sorry about that. Try to roll with that. All right, whatever. Ooh, that's not good. OK, how about that? All right, that's probably good enough. And so I started out with Brunch. Then I went to Webpack 1 with ClojureScript. Finally got everything working. But then I closed my eyes for like 5 minutes. I came back. Webpack 2 came out. And I was like, hey, I guess I'm going to need to spend a few more days learning about Webpack 2. So I got working on Webpack 2. And then Webpack 3 came out. And I said, OK, that's kind of enough. So this is what happens when you watch a bunch of videos. You binge watch Joe Armstrong and Rich Hickey videos. You start getting these ideas. Like if you read those, if you watch those videos, you start having these ideas like, why is my front end so complicated, right? And so I started using Boot, which is actually a Clojure build tool. So your build scripts are in Clojure, and it works really well with Hoplon, which is a web framework. It's more of a library, but it's really cool. It actually doesn't use React either. So I've removed Brunch, Webpack, and React from my dependencies, and I feel kind of good about it, actually. And it also uses this library called Javelin, which is sort of like a spreadsheet-like data flow library that handles your state on the front end. And essentially, you have cells and you have formulas, right? And the formula cells are dependent on the cells. And it does what you think in an FRP sense. And they're decoupled from the interface, which is pretty cool. So, all right, so cool. There's these. I'm getting all this stuff working, and I'm thinking, wow, there's a lot of similarities between what's going on in Elixir and Phoenix communities, where I feel like it's awesome because everyone's very respectful of your time and how easy things are to get going, and not wasting your time on unnecessary churn and all that kind of stuff. And the Hoplon folks are also really very sensitive about total cost of ownership, which is really important to me. Yeah, so not a lot of churn there either. OK, so what are the benefits of ClojureScript? This is just a couple, or a few. Same notion of equality. Well, that's huge, right? There's namespaces and immutable data by default. It seems simple, but you drop down into XYZ, and it's just not so happy. Anyway, and then on the Google Clojure compiler, so folks that don't know, Google Clojure compiler is what's used to turn Lisp into JavaScript, which sounds nuts, but it's pretty cool. So it does this, it's a Google project that's been open sourced in 2010. It does aggressive renaming of your code, dead code removal, so that whole tree shaking stuff, it does something better, I believe. I'm not an expert. Anyway, and it does function inlining. And that will include stuff that you put in your project, such as Phoenix.js. OK, I'm just going to fly through this. I'm putting together a pull request to get the Phoenix.js 1.3 JavaScript file into the CLJS manager, which is sweet because then you just pull it in, you don't have to do anything. And also you get all the stuff that you normally have that always works. And I've got a few seconds, so I'm gonna this is what your build script looks like. This is less than 100 lines. It does everything I needed to do. ClojureScript, CSS, autoprefixer, post CSS, reloading, crazy optimizations, and let's see. That's probably a bad idea to try to do this really fast, but I will do it anyway. All right, cool. See that? OK, cool. So this is an awesome chat app that you might build in Phoenix, right? So that's all running in ClojureScript. And then also, if I go to the browser REPL, I don't know how many people have browser REPL here, but this is running in Emacs. And what I can do is I can say, run a, well, I'm out of time. But I can run that. OK, I got 30 seconds. Sweet. OK, cool. So basically, from Emacs, I can talk to my browser and update the state of my application and have the UI refresh. And really, it's one line of code. So I don't know, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know if you saw that update over there, but that's it. That's all I have. And I'm super happy with it.